Hi, my name is Fiona Chan, and these two photos by the National Park Service, Denali and Katmai National Parks, will be the focus of my presentation, highlighting their landform development, rock formations, and animals within the confines of the versatile Alaskan environments. Their history of park establishment, Denali National Park and Preserve got its name in 1918 after Denali Mountain, previously called Mount McKinley to honor President McKinley, the highest point in North America. It was established in 1917 as the first national park centered on protecting wildlife in the Alaskan wilderness. Katmai National Park and Reserve was established in 1918 to protect the monumental 1912 Navarupta volcanic eruption and includes other volcanic features such as the small Katmai Cathedral and the Valley of the 10,000 Smokes. Both parks equally had details changed. Denali had a recent name change in 2015 by President Barack Obama from Mount McKinley to honor Indigenous heritage. Katmai National Park was once a monument from around 1918 until 1980 when it became a national park and reserve. Here, the National Park Service captures Denali and Katmai's essence. The historical land use, Denali and Katmai National Parks were inhabited by Native Americans from the late 19th to early 20th century, influenced by land evolution through substance use and familial traditions. Denali National Park's indigenous groups consisted of the Denai, Koikan, Loyertana, Upper Kokoswim, and Western Atma. Each of them resorted to hunting and fishing for seasonal cultural purposes, mainly caribou, moose, sheep, bear, waterfowl, fish. This overlaps the Katmai National Park from 5,000 years ago to 3000 BCE. The Brooks River was occupied by early ancestral groups who hunted and fished for salmon and caribou when volcanic eruptions occurred constantly. The groups in particular would have to maneuver and/or adapt to different settings. National Park Service and National Park Service history photographed the geologic topography of Denali and Katmai to determine their indifference to Alaskan presence by 6 million acres and 4 million acres of land, respectively. Their geologic history. Denali's geologic history goes back to the Precambrian supereon when the formation of the supercontinent Rodinia formed and was deformed by metamorphism in an ancient ocean basin by North America about 1 billion years ago. The metamorphic rocks are schist, ammonite, greenstone, and quartz. Much of the park contains younger rocks from the Paleozoic era, Mesozoic era, and Cenozoic era, including the Mesozoic Yukon-Tana terrain. Katmai's geologic history begins around 160 to 146 million years ago and includes marine fossils from the Nadnek Formation from the late Jurassic period, especially the Cretaceous, such as Borealis, gastropods, sapropods, cephalopods, endoderms, crinoids, brachiopods, worms, plants, and trace fossils are also present. These two images of Denali and Katmai from the National Park Service indicate the compressional stresses caused by the subduction of their tectonic history shared. Their landform development. Denali's landform is a result of tectonic uplift during the Cenozoic era due to the collision of tectonic plates. A fault forms that forces the rocks to stack up on each other, increasing the mountain's height. Because of the crash, surface rocks contain evidence of volcanism, sediment disposition, and glaciers that can carve rivers, valleys, ridges. Katmai's landform development is similar, primarily focused on extensive volcanic activity, erosion, and glacial features. Features of erosion range include rivers, streams, lakes, and moraines. The mountains are steep-sided and the valleys are U-shaped due to glacial activity. Now the glaciers are melting due to anthropogenic climate change, which is causing atmospheric warming projected to increase planetary average temperatures by 2 to 4 degrees C by the year 2100, which will likely lead to extensive, if not complete, ice melting in these parks. The landscape is transitioning to include more vegetation than ice. Later on, Katmai, located on the Pacific Ring of Fire, is known for its volcanic eruptions. Here is a photo of Denali's Alaska Range and Katmai's volcanoes by the National Park Service. In conclusion, Denali and Katmai National Park and Preserve in the Alaskan environment is shaped by opposing ends of one vast volcanic arc. The other, in terms of animals and human interaction, catapulted in landform development, rock formations, and tradition. The monumentous terrain caused by subduction is pictured by the National Park Service and Katmai Cathedral, Mount Majik, Valley of 10,000 Smokes by Judy Fernstein. Visitors will continue to come to the areas mindful of Denali's glacier activity or the many active volcanoes in Katmai. Here's my bibliography. Thank you.